my neck, my back. There are a lot of reasons why there are certain rides we just don't like to ride, and we're going to tell you what they are. Plus, this week's Wet Spaghetti. Let's bring back the magic.
Bring back the magic for all to see. Together we'll discover all the joy and glow. In every story, there's a little bit of gold. Join our podcast adventure, let the magic unfold.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Bring Back the Magic podcast. Like most episodes, this episode is brought to you by our web store, themeparkchuckle.com. Go on there and get yourself a cool Disney-based t-shirt or two, like this All About Whips and Chains shirt that I'm actually wearing right now. It's comfy. He's cute. Buy one. Who's been like the whips? All right. I am one of your hosts. I'm Josh.
And I am his sister, Gina. And for those of you just joining us, welcome aboard. If you are watching us on YouTube, please like this video, even if you don't like it, just like it, and hit the subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss a minute of the magic. If you are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, where we are also available, please follow us. Any of the platforms, please give us some comments because you know we like to hear what you think of the episode. And when we're not on the podcast, you can find us every single day on social media at BBT Magic Podcast on Instagram, on TikTok. Also check out our website, bringbackthemagicpodcast.com.
Nice. And remind everybody, this program is rated TV 14. So keep it clean for TV 14, as Gina points to it. So, yeah, you should be all right, though. We're not too bad. Again,
we nailed this episode. I just want everyone at home to know. We talk all the time
of errors.
when people say editing, what editing do you use? And we always say we don't edit. We go we start over. How many times did we start over on this episode?
Like 4 or 5 because I kept goofing up. Gina did tell everybody about our hot spaghetti, though.
I didn't even know I did it.
That's why I looked at you like you
I did a cold open. I said this week's hot spaghetti. Apparently, I didn't know Josh saved the clip.
It would be like you looking at me with a sword sticking out of my head and not making. I'm like, how do you not notice what you just said?
I didn't even know, but I think because I was thinking in the last episode we did hot take, so I must have been just mixing it up in my mind. But he goes, and I don't hear the music clip in after I say bring back the magic. And he goes, what the heck is hot spaghetti? And I go, what? Did I say hot spaghetti? He goes, yes, you said hot spaghetti. That's why I didn't hit the music. And I said, oh, so we started over. And then there was a comedy of errors. All the rest, your fault.
Well, it's the magic. It's the magic of podcasting. Now everything goes right, but also the magic of podcasting. You'll notice that I kind of look similar to the last episode we did. And I still have zit chapek on my neck. On here because I'm like, what now? I got an ingrown hair, so I'm like, I'd be on this side. Couldn't be on this side.
I was trying to think of a cute name for it that rhyme with zit, but I'm like, there's not a lot of first names that rhyme with zit. Are there like
zit?
Get that off I was like, because I feel like Kit is the only name that comes to my mind. Are there any other first names that rhyme with zit?
What?
Are there any first names that rhyme with zit? So you could be like,
yeah, Kit.
I said, but there's not a lot of people I know named Kit that I could make a.
That chick from League of Their Own.
Yeah, okay. I don't even remember what her last name was. Kit. What was her last name?
Henson.
Oh, Kit. No, Dottie was Henson because she was married.
Kit. Knight Rider.
This is already off to a great start. Great start.
Kit Keller? Was it
Kit
Keller?
Keller, maybe?
Was it that?
Might be right.
All the way May?
So Zit Keller, but see, it doesn't really work. That's what I was saying. We need a better name for it.
You could be Helen Keller and check this thing out. I'll tell you right now. Anyway, we'll call him, Stevie Wonder, how you got there. Because it's awful. At any rate, we are having a great time right now, just with the banter back and forth, and then like always, but
because it's cold outside. That's why I'm dressed like this right now, because it is winter.
It is a pretty dope outfit, though. You got your Chip and Dale on.
Thank you.
For those who are not watching but listening, Gina's got a cool little outfit.
It is very
and I'm
cold
also
outside.
I'm also wearing the shirt that I was.
I said Josh looks like he's dressed for summer, and I look like I'm dressed for winter. But hey,
I'm always dressed for a Dole Whip. Come on now.
Yes, that is true.
I'm not crazy.
That is true.
Anyhow,
and
so this particular episode, we're going to be talking about rides, but more specifically, what kind of rides, Gina?
Yes, rides we don't ride, because here's the thing. The other day I was testing out I follow a couple TikTok coaches and stuff where they're always trying to help you get engagement because we do want to get the word out. More importantly, it's not even about monetizing TikTok. We don't have any money coming in from anything, but it's about trying to get seen because we'd like more people to be able to find our podcast or our accounts or whatever. And one of the things they were saying is this text feature. You just put text up on the screen, let TikTok pick the sound, and then whatever. And this one that I posted that just said, tell me a Disney ride that's like a no for you. Like I said, whether it makes you sick, scared, sore, or bored.
Horny.
Which one do you pick, TV14? And it's got over 300 comments on it right now.
Wait a minute.
Nope, not me. They're not me.
I was going to say, is it 150 with the reply
no,
from you?
I knew you'd say that. I knew you'd say that. No, this is because it's people actually like
Gina is
fresh
accessible,
comments.
guys. Like she does care because she goes and doesn't matter what platform she's on. I go, oh, somebody left a comment. And as I'm reading it, no one's there. BBTM. I'm like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Gina's already responded.
Yeah. So that little text feature has been nice, just getting input, because that's great for us for the podcast. Actually, I just remembered there was something I wanted to quote in our last episode that somebody had said, but I think I'm going to carry it into our next episode we do after this.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a
really
big waste of time. Thanks for mentioning it. Good. We'll just jot this
I
down.
can read it right now if you want, but
No,
it was good.
I'm bored
It was
with
on
it.
one of the questions I posted. If you were the next CEO of Disney, what would your campaign promise be, basically? And so it was a really good in-depth answer that this person gave. So I was going
An
to.
alligator in every pot.
Yeah. No.
Now, so let's do this then. It's been a while. Let's go on to some more wet spaghetti. Not hot spaghetti. Is this spaghetti hot or is it wet? It's a hot spaghetti.
You
Gina,
go first this time. You're always making me go first these days. I think
okay,
you think you're
I
good.
heard that Gina called wet spaghetti hot spaghetti. That's
And I
the
can't
rumor.
confirm. I
No.
can't confirm that.
No. So what I heard was that they'll be putting a new secret DVC member cocktail menu at every DVC resort. That if you come up there and you show your DVC membership, you'll be able to order a specialty cocktail that's just for DVC.
Here's hoping it's better than the garbage ones we got on the cruise. The blue window.
the Windex cocktail.
was the
They're like, here, this ought to kill
It
'em.
takes a lot for me to not finish a free drink. And it was not good. You've
Listen,
heard us talk
that was the
about
most repugnant thing I've heard.
it. It was not good. It was not good.
Listen, I'll tell you a story. Want to hear a story? Let's tell you a story. I remember at my father's old house going into what used to be their sweets cabinet. I was young.
I thought you've told this on this.
I don't care.
For
Let's
those who
tell it
haven't heard
again.
it, go
This is
ahead.
where this will come back full circle here. But getting a ho-ho out of there, like one of those cream-filled things, and opening up the package, not paying attention, going and biting into them, like, ugh. And I looked down, it had fur on it. it was totally moldy. And then thinking in my mind, it was going to be a good idea to wash this down with root beer, of all things, just to say. It's like, if you brushed your teeth and drank root beer, 1,000 times worse. So that's kind of like the way that drink tasted at the DVC meetup at on the cruise.
This is also very reminiscent of the time I went to get a Coke at Dad's house, not realizing that some of his commemorative cans of soda from like when Camden Yards had opened had been put in the refrigerator mistakenly. And I went and opened one. I was like, if you're wondering if Coke keeps through the years in cans, it does not. I'm here to tell you. I was like, what
gross.
is this?
Gina, go on with your spaghetti.
Okay,
Was that
my-
it? Was that it? You heard
No,
Dad
my
puts Coke
wet
in his
spaghetti, my hot
refrigerator.
spaghetti is that while I've mentioned my desire to have the MMC, the Mickey Mouse Club, the years with Justin and Brittany and all those
Anybody ever
on
said
Disney
MMC?
Plus.
Has anybody ever said MMC, or did you just try to get the ketchup?
No, that's what
Okay,
they
I'm just
called
asking.
it. It was like the whole thing that they refer to it as still to this day. But because when you say Mickey Mouse Club, sometimes people think of Nat Funicello era and stuff like that. But the MMC was like the modern era of it. I heard that while people keep giving me the reasons why it can't go on Disney Plus, I heard there's going to be a big MMC reunion
Man,
that will be on Disney Plus, and that they will be doing a whole reunion, not just concert, because concert just implies the singing. A big part of MMC that people don't realize that was fun was all the skits they did. But
It's not about you. I can't control what I know. Nobody listening can hear what I'm doing. Can hear me laughing now, but I think of things in my brain that I know I can't say on the podcast. Sorry, I had a moment. Gina, continue.
anyway, it won't just be a reunion concert, but it would be an entire like variety show like MMC used to be. And I think that would be amazing. So I'm so glad that I heard that that is going to be happening. But bringing back all the stars, like the ones you knew, obviously, Justin Timberlake and Britney and JC and Ryan Gosling, but also Christina Aguilera, Carrie Russell, but a lot of people don't realize, and Nikki DeLoach, who's on Hallmark, but a lot of people don't realize there was a lot of other people that I really adored, like Chase Hampton and Damon Pampolina and a lot of these other guys. So I heard that's going to be coming to Disney Plus. I'm dying to know. You're going to have to tell me after the show what you can't say.
I will 100%.
The fact that you have a filter always impresses me because
the fact that I didn't, and just got to say, what were you about to say during the Disney Plus thing? And I will tell you anyway. So wonderful. I like that spaghetti. It serves like it's
I would
all
be
served
so
up,
excited.
piping hot, like hot spaghetti.
I would be super excited if that actually.
That's great. So our theme for today, and I feel like this could take some time. We're getting better at this in the opening, by the way. It doesn't take us 25 minutes to get to the point. But rides we don't ride. Now, there could be multiple levels of this. Like, this ride just sucks and nobody rides it. And we don't know why it's still here.
We know the first
so
one.
So not talking about Mission Space, which we all
Mission Space is like
we could all agree this
the gimme. We all know there are a handful of people
that is a
like it.
and a half.
Right. There's a handful of people that like it and will dog those of us that don't because they're saying, oh, you need a stronger stomach. I told you, for me, it's not even the spinning. I don't mind spinning. It is the claustrophobia of it. It's like I'm in a casket for however long that ride rides.
So take somebody to their house, shove them in their washing machine and turn it on. Like, there you go.
So that's a gimme. We know that one. Nobody likes to ride.
But there's, like I was saying, there's different levels of why you don't get on. Like, okay, it sucks. All right, that's fine. And that's your opinion. Not everybody's going to have the same opinion.
I said sick, scared, sore, or bored.
Yes, exactly. So if it's something that can make you sick, if it's something that can literally, it's just too herky-jerky for you, it's something that messes with your head, makes you dizzy.
Or scared.
Yeah, scared. Those kind of
and
deals.
then bored. People are just like, this ride sucks.
Exactly, not entertaining.
Right.
So what would you say? We can go around parks to park or whatever. If you go through, let's just have a scenario. You get into, it could be attractions too. It doesn't necessarily have to be a ride. It could be just an attraction in general. It could be somebody that doesn't like Indiana Jones, said, all right, I'm just feel like this is dated or something else.
Obviously, like I know we did our episodes. Please go back and watch them or listen to them of Love to Ride, Let It Die. There was our personal takes just on which ones we thought didn't, but this is different. This is like maybe they're rides that I think deserve to be there. I just can't ride them too. That can fall into this.
Well,
or ones that we think get rid of it.
I'll start it out right now. And I used to like to do this too. And we've talked about things that should be
Oh, I was gonna say Space Mountain.
No. This is again, we said attractions you're riding or like a show you're attending. Okay, like something like that. It says, okay, this just needs to go, or I'm like, I just don't do it anymore. I would tell you right now, Beauty and the Beast, the show in Hollywood Studios. Yeah. I don't even have the itch to go into.
Sorry, Ashley.
But I don't. It used to be. I used to love it. I just feel like it's time for something.
I think so too.
Because one of the best shows left there, and this has been around for eons. And you're like, are you that attached to it? The theater's great. You can do that. You can do a ton with it. If you went just
the little Christmas show we went and saw at Jollywood, it was so great. Cute. They could put a Muppet show right there. It's right next to where Rock and Roller.
I just feel like that should definitely be something. And I'm not saying it's awful. I'm just saying it's one of those things that you said don't ride. I'm like, I just don't do it.
I do skip that every time. I can't even tell you the last time I sat there. I was gonna say one of the main ones that came up that I agreed with was Space Mountain. And I am not saying, don't cancel me. I am not saying get rid of Space Mountain. I am saying that I cannot ride that anymore. There is no shock absorption in that ride. It is so rickety that even before I was at the worst of my neck pain, it bothers my neck. I feel like keep the exact same coaster, just redo it so there's some shock absorption. It's a little bit smoother because that's my problem. Otherwise, I'd ride it. I don't mind the design of the ride. I don't mind the layout. I don't mind the drops, the turns, any of that. It's so rickety. It feels like it might as well be a wooden coaster at this point. Yeah. And that was a very popular one. And the number one reason being people saying, it just puts me in too much pain by the end. I feel like I'm 20 years older. My body hurts. It ruins me for the rest of the day. That is a big one that people are, taking issue with amongst all those comments. It was probably the most popular one after Mission Space.
Yeah, I get that. And we're talking about rides we don't ride, and this could span anywhere, guys. Like it could be East Coast, West Coast, and I'll tell you, because you don't want to mess because we're the craziest. But I will go if you're going to go that direction. I will go Matterhorn.
Yep, that was another one. Very
Matterhorn
popular.
Reminds me of this point now because the ride mechanic and the way the cars are on there. It's kind of like if you had a really ingenious father that in the backyard had some money, he was like, I can build you a roller coaster.
I agree with that statement.
It's kind of the same premise because it's very jerky. It feels like it's going to fall apart, but it's an iconic ride. Yeah. The same way it's a landmark kind of deal. It fits in with the aesthetic, everything else. And the same thing with Space Mountain. Space Mountain, I still enjoy. I do still enjoy it, but it's another one where
I can't even enjoy it anymore. It ruins me for the
But
rest
it's
of the
also
day.
like, I just feel like I can't scream on these things. Not like I'm like, "Ah!" Like, I just feel like if that's the fun of those rides, I also feel like I'm gonna be decapitated every 3 seconds.
Yeah.
But as a taller person, that's
Yeah.
what
Matterhorn's a
tall.
very popular one that was also amongst the comments. A lot of people were saying Matterhorn, same thing. It's just it's uncomfortable. Like when you're coming through, I mean, I know it's meant to feel like a bobsled, but it really feels like they just stuck you in a ride vehicle and threw you down a water slide. You know what I mean? Like a lot of that time where you're coming around that turn and you feel like you're going to go up. Like it's been a long time since I rode it, but didn't get off it going, I can't wait to get on that again. And I was younger then. We know I was 20 years younger. So again, there are people that are absolutely going to love that. But those people are not hosting this podcast, so we don't care.
So their opinion means zilch.
But do you know what did come up? And I want to hear yours on this one. Tower of Terror. Tower of Terror was another one very highly. I don't like drops. Now, again, we all know it's not technically a drop. It's pulling you in that direction. It's actually pulling you faster than gravity because it's pulling you down.
Along with the Haunted Mansion, I think Tower of Terror is one of the better themed rides.
Yeah, for sure.
Out of everything. I also think they should do like the Tip Top Club or something like that, where it's at the base of it and have that like a room or open up just a little loungy kind of thing right in there. And it could be a la Beacon Barrel, those kind of deals. You can do something with that, and that should be the eventuality of that because I feel like it fits on brand. But Tower of Terror, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I feel like the original version of Tower of Terror, where it just took you up and just did the big drop, was more entertaining for me. Because I feel like you got like a real like pit of your stomach kind of thing, and you're like, oh, and you could do a little bit more with stuff, but the up.
It felt more realistic, like you were really
the yo-yo thing. It
dropping.
just seems like you're just getting spun around by. But I feel like that mechanic works better at Disneyland for Mission Breakout because of the fact that it makes sense with what you're seeing on the screens and stuff as you're falling. You know, that's kind of that, and I feel like that interior is kind of neat too. It's kind of weird the way it's done, but definitely the aesthetics inside. Match a good theming too. But
I like Tower of Terror. I will get on it. I won't lie. For a while, I wasn't doing it anymore.
It's not a high priority for me.
I wasn't doing it for a while anymore. It was a go-to for us in our 20s.
I love
we were riding it all the time.
But it just makes me feel sick.
But now that my son is of the age that he wanted to get on it, now I've ridden it more than I had in the past because I was like, oh, like, and also but I don't mind skipping it by saying, oh, go ahead and get on with my nieces, and that's fine, or go get on with a friend. I don't have to do it.
And then getting out of it.
I get more scared of the ride.
Guys, can I go to the thing? Like,
but this is a perfect example. We talked about one of the categories: sick, sore, scared, or bored. And for me, that ride is not that it makes me sick or sore. It makes me scared. The storyline freaking scares me in that ride. And I've gotten better about it. But if I'm in the front row, it terrifies me. If I'm on the side, it terrifies me.
Disney did a movie. And was it Steve Guttenberg?
Yeah.
Was in it? Okay. I'll have to go back and watch that too. But I think the premise of
the front row freaks me out, not because of the drop, but because when the ghost
cage.
Like,
in the cage.
And then the mirror breaks or window breaks, that freaks me out.
And she's like,
when you're moving forward, I don't like being in the front row.
You're a big baby.
I am.
Oh my gosh.
But I wasn't alone in that one. I said, for me, it's not the drop.
Here comes the ambulance.
It's just like I say about Mission Space. It's not about the spinning for me. It's about the claustrophobia. So Tower of Terror is not about the drops for me. That doesn't bother me at all. It's the scary storyline. I'll get on it though. I don't not get on that. I just don't get on as often as I used to.
Yeah, I can see that though. Yeah, I don't like certain things. I still like them. Like, you know what? There's a part I love Haunted Mansion. But you know when you go up to like the infinite staircase kind of thing or whatever else, like it goes through that one part, you see all the things, and you go around the corner, and it's got like the eyes. It's all dark, and it's just the eyes there. Freaks me out because I've gotten stuck there before, and I was like,
you know that ride scares me.
Well, I ride by myself anyway because my family refused to ride with me, and I'll ride by myself anyhow. But they have to ride in their own cars, so like they're very
nobody wants to ride with you. You ruin it for everyone.
Okay, touche. Whatever.
Actually, I'd rather ride with you because it's worse when you're riding next to me because that's when you're reaching in the car and banging on the back of the car when we tilt backwards. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. But look, so skipping in the vein of skipping rides for whatever reason.
I was going to say, what ride makes you sick?
Not sick. I'm not going to go to sick yet. I'm just going to pick out different rides at random. We can go through.
Okay.
And one of the rides that I'm like, I have no want to get on and I'm not going to get on is the Flying Carpets of Aladdin. I have no want to get on that ride. If I'm anywhere near that ride, I have a Dole Whip in my hand and I can't get on that ride.
That ride's placement reminds me of when you're playing Theme Park Tycoon or something, and they have like the spaces, and it's like you have just enough green spaces when you go to plop a ride down, and it's like if you move it 1 inch in any direction, it's like red, and you're kind of like, but is that a practical space for it? Not really, and that's how I feel about the placement of that ride.
Yeah, I also feel like, well, it's right next to, like, I do enjoy Jungle Cruise.
Mhm.
I think that's a great ride. That's not one I'm like, oh, I can. That's one I definitely like getting on. It's petting the line. Um, and then the tiki rooms right there too. And I still think that needs a revamp. Like I go to like more of the old school kind of thing, but also kind of just kind of update some things to it to make it a little more like people want to go into it.
I don't mind it. I'll get on that. I think that's an
Or make it
easy
into what
escape
that
from
should have
the heat.
been to begin with, or make the tiki room into an actual restaurant thing, like West Coast kind of thing. Where it was originally supposed to be.
Right.
You know?
I like it the way it is. I mean, that may be an outdated opinion, but I like it just like I
It's
like
okay
people
to have an
mover, just
opinion.
like I like.
Listen, it's
Arizona
okay
fries.
to have an opinion. Doesn't matter how wrong it is.
Here's one though. When I'm talking about make you sick, and
Hot
I agree with
spaghetti.
this. Teacups.
Yeah, F that ride.
Teacups was very
Listen,
high on the list. Also,
That ride, I hate that ride so much that I didn't even mention it.
yeah.
That's how much.
I almost
Because
forget it's there. I never ride that. I can't even tell you the last time I rode that.
I hate
And I
coming
don't
off as a
mind
hater,
spinning.
but
I
the
could
fact-
do it, but it's like I don't want to.
If
do
I'm
it.
in Fantasyland in general, I'm getting on things like around that area, like Mine Train or Aerial.
Which is so
or-
because you and I were tilt-a-whirl junkies.
Yes,
You'd
and
think
I
the
can't take the
teacups
spinning. I want to
would
throw
be
up.
so big on our list, but it never was for me. It was never I can't wait to ride the teacups. I would ride it
Yeah.
at times with my friends. It was kind of like, again, a nostalgia rite of passage, but I never go, I want to get on the teacups.
Yeah.
There's no part of me that's like, I do feel
No.
like,
I told you last time I was on the teacups. Last time I was on them, it was 2000 Disneyana convention. I was in it and I was eating my food in it because they had it open and
Yeah.
shut down Fantasyland
it's cute for
like
pictures
conventioneers,
videos.
and I was in there eating my dinner. I think I mentioned that before, but that's the last time I probably was in that ride because I don't dig it. I told you I'll get on Winnie the Pooh. I miss Mr. Toad's like nobody's business, but I get on that one. Even was like Snow White before. I would get on that thing. I would go to Philhar Magic.
Yeah.
I would do things like Peter Pan and the thing is what I'm coming to now is it's a small world. It's a small world I get on because people want to get on it. On the other hand, you won't see me sashaying down the ramp by myself saying, I really want to get on small world. I'm going to come and meet you. Like when you were getting on there with Mozzie, you tell that story before. I'm going to come and do that. But I'm not going to just be like, oh, it's a small world over here. I'm going to do that. I'm like, I would sooner ride the Tangled bathroom ride and sit on the toilet for
Get a swirly.
15 minutes and have more enjoyment than I will.
The thing is, though, that
It's a small
also
world.
was mentioned many times amidst those
That's a
comments.
horror movie. Wait.
A lot of people said small world, it's creepy, small world. Or some just didn't even make note of it. They just said small world, small world, small world. So I can't know what everyone's reason for it is. Obviously, it's not going to make anybody sore. It's not going to make anybody sick. I would assume it was either scared, as in your daughter saying it creeps her out, or bored. They just think it's not worth
Okay,
it.
let me
you
give you
know?
an example. We'll just go here. It's a small world. You get on the ride, scene to scene. You see all these little dolls and everything else. Now it's change mode. It's nighttime. You're in your house. You've opened your closet door. And as you open your closet door, it's any one of those things, especially the guy in the little mask going back and forth like this, and you're like this, or it's a world of that, and you're like, how would you be like, yeah, or would you be like, and then close the door and walk out of there and burn
I think
your
we
house
know
down?
the answer.
Yeah, you'd burn the house down.
No,
when
we
somebody
grew up like
when
that.
people don't like spiders, and like, I don't care, I'm moving.
Children singing is creepy anyway if you put it in the right
Well,
context.
my wife,
Where it's like, I don't care what they're singing. If you
Yes.
have a movie and you want to terrify people, have a little
kids.
soundtrack of little
or just
kids
have a kid
singing.
with a very pale face and hair in their face and
Yes.
walk by. Like my
It's
wife
a
hates spiders, right?
world
Hates bugs.
left.
Gross. So she called me the other night. I'm down in the basement, and she said to me, she said, come up here now. And she's calling me. She said, there's a spider. Get it. And she'll say stuff. She's like, get it. And she's sitting there, and I go up to get it. No, don't miss it. It's like, it's wearing a backpack. It's huge. She's like, look at it. But I could go like this, and my wife hates it. But I'm like, I'll do it anyway because it's me. I'll walk up to her with my hands like this, and then do this. Like I'm going to come at her. And for those of you listening, I have my hands cupped. And she knows there's nothing in it, but she'll run. And I can chase her around the house with an
Not worth
invisible
the
bug
risk.
in my hand because she hates it.
No, it's not worth the risk.
But yeah, and then I'm sure I pay for that in multiple ways. But that's the thing I'm saying, because does stand to reason people watch different movies, whether it's Saul and the little guy comes out on the tricycle. You're like, I want to play a game. You're like, okay.
So you know me, I don't watch scary stuff in general. I don't watch horror movies, scary movies. I don't watch any of it. And so to me, the idea of something scaring me as entertainment doesn't translate because I don't like to be scared. I don't find being scared entertaining.
Challenge accepted.
I don't like it. I just don't.
Yeah, Gina has a little mean streak in her too. So if you go and no, if you go and I scared you and you really got mad about it, I'm like, I would not like the fallout from it.
Well,
So
good. Keep that in mind.
that's why I don't do it. I'm like, I don't want to get on your crap list. Um, but yeah, so think about
Another one popular for making people sick, and I would agree, Star Tours. And with that, I'm going to say Smuggler's Run also.
Okay, well, don't couple them yet. Don't couple them yet. Just go for Star Tours.
Okay, Star Tours. Star Tours to me, the problem is this. I can physically ride that ride, although that can be a little like make my neck sore. But the real problem with me for that is there's not enough air pumping in there. Like that ride, a simulator needs air blasting in there. I feel the same way about Mission Space. I feel the same way about Smuggler's Run. Like they need
You know what? Who does a
air
good job
pumping
with
in.
that is Guardians.
Yes.
Guardians is a nice, cool air
Yeah,
kind of thing.
because
Like
it's
that.
open.
And if you
It's
need
not
to, and if-
contained.
we've talked about the secrets. Like if you're in there, I already got a belly anyway, so yeah, stick out your belly. It's already sticking out, Josh. But if you extend your belly a little bit more, and you get that bar off you when you pull it close to it, and then kind of relax, you're not going to fall out of the ride. It's not that kind of thing. But it'll give you that buffer zone, and I've talked about it before. Like I said, that makes it so it doesn't feel like you're going to get sick on it. Because most of
Same with rock and roller coaster.
nothing
You
until
push
the
down
end.
too tight.
Nothing until the
it
end is
almost
going to
is
hit against your
uncomfortable.
stomach.
Yeah.
Until you stop at that thing, you just kind of brace yourself. Nothing is going to hit you until the end of it. The rest of it's side to side stuff. It's not pushing you up out of the seat like this.
Mhm.
So that's nice to have that so you can breathe a little easier, and it makes somebody that can't, we talked to Jackson Olsen about it. You're like, okay, let's go again. Let's go. And by the X amount of times you're on this ride, you're kind of like, because it's a lot.
And I love Guardians. That was one listed.
I think it's one of the most fun ones.
I love that ride, but I don't think I
It's
could ride it
super
two
smooth,
times
too.
back to back. I could probably get in line and ride it again, but I don't think that
Yeah,
I
but you're
could
gonna
just stay
ride
on
it
it.
45 minutes later.
I could, but definitely not 3 times like he did. I don't think I could do that because it is a bit much. But because it's
remember-
open, it's not a
Well, do you
simulator.
remember
The
back in the
simulators are the
day-
ones that need the air.
Back in the day when they did the Epcot After Dark, the After Dark events at certain places like Magic Kingdom, the
Sounds so
e-ticket-
seedy.
the
Yeah,
e-ticket
After Dark
nights and all
events.
they would do.
I
And
think they're called
back then it
after
was like
hours.
when they sold the passes, there was a lot less people. And it wasn't like
There
now
was
they
also
basically
only
sell out the
9
capacity of the park. I'm convinced
But
now.
the e-ticket nights were only 9 rides open. They only have the 9 e-ticket rides.
So, but way back when, like I forget there was another one they called it too. There was another name for it, but they had it where we just go and keep getting rides. Like, there was nobody in there.
Yeah.
They'd let you stay on Space
But they did
Mountain.
sell way less. It is that same event, but they sold so many
Oh
less
yeah, no, I'm
tickets.
saying you said it was like 2,000 people in the park
Yeah.
total.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, like that's not a lot, guys. When you figure the whole thing, they had other stuff going on. It was like that was all that was there, and maybe even less. And it was great because you get on these. Like, can you imagine that now? If you Guardians was like that, and you went in there and you're like, I'm gonna get on Guardians again. I'm like, I go to the first time, the second time, I'd be like, huh, and by the next one, I'm like, nope. gonna
But we
go get
talked about that with
gonna go get a
Ratatouille.
pretzel.
Ratatouille, because, and I do like it so much better without the 3D. I
Did
just
you do
wrote
it
it.
without
Yes, I did. It's so
How
much
was
better.
it?
Because the 3D was not necessary.
Well, the 3D also wasn't crisp.
because it's not a 3D movie. The movie Ratatouille is not 3D, so I didn't need a 3D
Well,
element
in the
to it.
screens, because like Mirror Horizons, everything, you can feel like you're inside a
It's
screen
so much better.
without it.
Now, I will say Braylon was like, I still felt a little sick because she's a motion sickness person. Because I thought maybe because it still made me feel a little sick. But I do think it does not, it's better. I think it's better without the 3D.
Is it better?
Yes.
Better.
But the thing
better.
about that
Better
is
than
I did that for annual pass previews, and we could get on as much as we wanted. I couldn't because 1, we had to wear masks at that time, so it was freaking miserable for that reason. But 2, that's not a back-to-back ride for me either. That kind of like that's not really a big thing for me either.
Yeah, it's not. Ratatouille is also not big.
But
high on
Star
my-
Tours, where do you sit on Star Tours? Back to what we were talking about.
Where do I sit on it? I don't go on it. That's where I sit. I sit at
I
the
sit
exit.
outside by the-
I sit at the exit waiting for everybody to get off of it. I'm like,
I have
here,
a
I'll
video
watch.
of
But
you.
the thing is, you don't realize this, and you should know this in theme park stuff. If you're with a group, just walk with them to the ride, so you don't have to sit there and wait for them. Because you can go up by the end of it and say, "How many? Actually, I'm not riding. I'm just going to go exit you out, sit on a bench. If you want to wait there, and like, okay, people come out this way. Do that. It's far better than just sitting out in the park and you're just by
Unless you got a
yourself.
drink, and then you
At
just
least
want to
you
sit
can-
out there
yeah,
and
well,
enjoy
you
a
can do
drink.
that too, but you can just say, all right, well, get them when they get off the ride. And it's kind of like, they're going to be pretty quick because once you get to a certain point, it's only they got to wait through the ride instead of like, oh, I wonder what part of the line they're in. And you still get that kind of time with your family and friends. We do that. My buddy Jeff, his son Jacob, he takes to the parks all the time. And Jacob loves Star Tours. Like, he'll go in there and he knows he'll lead him up to the front of the line. And Jacob's older and he's has autism and he's an incredible human being. I think Jacob's like 19 now, I want to say. But we'll go up to him. And he wants to get on the ride. And like, neither of us can get on it because like, it'll make us sick. And I think Jeff will suffer through it a couple different times. But he'll go out to the exit. Jacob will get on the thing. I'm sure everybody knows him by this point. But it's like he gets off. And then Jeff meets him and he goes. He's like, all right, I guess I get through the whole line with him. And that's just a great thing. But I can't handle the motion sickness where anything's messing with your mind and your head.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, it looks like this. So I said, we'll take them one at a time. But Star Tours definitely, because I feel like it just makes me feel sicker than anything else. The wild card, when you said something about Smuggler's Run, that ride is awesome. I mentioned the fact that I got on that with, I feel like I'm bragging, but let it go. So Elsa, that thing, frozen and all out. But I had Disney Parks and Experiences with us when I went and rode that. And they were in like the chairs, but they had a camera in there. And I got to find the footage. It's on one of my computers. I got to find out where it's sitting. Maybe I can look back at my emails or something, but they actually filmed us, and it was such a neat experience. But if you get on that ride and you're like, first of all, the gunners or whatever, you're like, you're this and you're engineer and this is stupid and poke on the wall. This is like you wait in line for not much fun. I mean, the ride's the ride, but if you actually get jobs in the front, you're the one steering it. Okay. It's going to make you sick. But if you get kids in the front that can't figure this thing out, you're bumping into everything and it's a shake fest, awful on you. But you can also do things where somebody's good at video games and they're like, okay.
It was a one and done for me because it's way too risky knowing who. I do think it's cool for people that like that. It was a one and done for me because me and Mozzie were the pilots, and even I felt like I couldn't.
Well, it's like
it's right.
You don't benefit from single rider either. Like single rider, you just like, okay, you're a single engineer. I'm like, you're going to be engineering everything. Then you go in there.
Yeah, no, I can't get down with that. But which brings up an excellent point about what you were just saying, when kids are the pilots. Another ride that was listed was the Speedway. And I made a reel about it recently about when your kid is driving on the Speedway and banging off of that rail. And I was that kid at one point in my life, or banging into something. That is not a comfortable ride.
Shout out to the cast members that work that ride that take their life in their hand when they're willing to walk out in front of us.
The smell of exhaust.
Well, it's all the gas exhaust and everything, but it's like they'll walk out on the track and there's a kid there and it's like terror in their eyes. I don't remember which button does what. I don't know what pedal I'm doing, and they just go right at it.
As a kid, it was so exciting. You were driving a car. It felt so exciting as a child, but I feel like that ride could use a major update that would make it more enjoyable.
I got it. Level it. I got it. Get rid of it.
It belongs in Tomorrowland, as in.
I got an idea.
It belongs in Yesterdayland. Now, Josh, have you ridden the Nemo submarines in Disneyland? Because that was another one that got really a lot of comments about that. I haven't.
The Nemo submarine?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've done that one.
I haven't, but just the sound of anything I've seen the videos of it. No thanks. Claustrophobia. No thank you.
In Disney World.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
I don't like it, but the thing is, the claustrophobia, for me, if anything, is like sub-related or anything
Right,
else.
same. That's what I said. For me, I don't think I'd even attempt it because that just feels like too claustrophobic for me.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we know. I haven't been to Disneyland in 20 years, so the Disneyland rides that hit the list were hard for me to know, but I know Mickey's Wheel of Death is a big one that you love it or you hate it.
Oh, for the Ferris wheel.
Yeah. And people are like, that thing.
Well, here, I'll tell you this. I think it's a neat thing to have because I think it does sort of to that old fair.
Because they move besides just a standard Ferris wheel, right?
They
like
kind of heights, and I don't like that because I also have my rule because a lot of times Ferris wheels people pick up, move another place. They go and sit there and reassemble these things for different fairs, state fairs, whatever else.
Yeah.
I have a hard line in the sand. I don't get on rides that can be moved somewhere else within a few days time, and they can be taken apart and done this. I don't do that. But I'm also, like I said, really afraid of heights. So when something's open like that, it's not my jam because that's a terror ride for me. Forget everything else. I'm like, I don't care. Come out there as little dolls. I get you out.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's just like, I feel like that to me was just more terrifying to me because I won't ride it probably because I'm scared.
Right.
If you say you're scared, bored, whatever. That's one probably because I'm scared to do it. I know Mark and Stacy did it. Then they got up in there. I'm like, I'm sure that's uncomfortable.
I think Rachel did that too.
And they're like,
Here's the thing. When we're talking about, rides we don't ride and stuff. Now, you and I love Guardians. We said we don't think we could do it multiple times. But when somebody asks me, do you think I could handle it? I think that's a very tough ride to answer about because there's a lot of variables in that ride. It's not just comparing it to a coaster because, as you said, it rotates on the track. I tell everybody, it never spins. It's never spinning on the track. It rotates. You go from the front row to the back row, what have you. There's a part you're facing inward and going around in a spiral. But it's very hard to tell someone, it's so different than other rides to be able to say, okay, well, if you like Thunder Mountain, do Space Mountain, this and all the coasters. Also, all coasters are not created alike because I can do Thunder Mountain and I can do, Mine Train, but I can't do Everest and Space Mountain anymore. Now I say Thunder Mountain, assuming that when it reopens, it's going to be smoother, not rougher. But I can't do Space Mountain or Everest. And I like coasters, but it's just...
hate to burst your bubble, but that ride's never going to be smooth.
You never know. They redid the whole track and the trains. So, you know, it could have more shock absorption, I'm saying. Because obviously Mine Train, why that ride is so great for me and never causes me problem is because your bottom doesn't touch the wheels.
Yeah.
It's on that suspension above it until the way it swings like that. Makes it the smoothest coaster to me. So I can't fathom why somebody would feel like...
I do enjoy Mine Train. I don't enjoy the tightness
the weight,
of...
though.
No, the weight's god-awful because it could be either like from the same point in line.
Right.
It's weird. Because it could be like either an hour long or 3 hours long. And you're like...
Also, when we went on it at
the people drinking out of this thing of water they're playing with, they're like, here.
What was it, extended hours that we went to when it was us? And it was so hot and muggy, and that queue is miserable if it is hot out.
Cook muffins.
It is like you get caught in these like funk tunnels, and it's just like... it's like
we want the funk.
we don't. The funk. We don't want the funk.
I'm like, yeah, come on.
You get caught in there, and it's like... Ugh. So you just hope everybody else bails from the funk, and then your line moves faster.
There's all kinds of funk in there. You got that kid, Sinead, that Baker's Bill.
But I do enjoy that. I know some people don't like that coaster, but I do enjoy it because, again, for me, it's not usually the weight is what keeps me from riding that every trip. If I have the opportunity to lightning lane it, sure, I'll get on it. I think it's fun. I enjoy it. Mom enjoys it. The same reason for her. With her back and neck issues, it's a much smoother coaster, but still fun and exciting. So I don't mind that one at all.
Well, if you look at, well, I know one of your things is like, I don't ride, okay? We can go into Epcot, and it's going to be Frozen because you just don't care about it. So you're like, Frozen Ever After is when I know that we can just glaze right over because of the fact
because I want to say again, though, it's not just because the ride sucks.
Yeah.
It's not just because that ride is very...
I don't think the ride sucks. I just think it's very simple.
Underwhelming.
It's underwhelming. But there are some cool things that could have been done.
But what I hate about it is also that boat bangs into the sides. As it's coming back in the Elsa room, it bangs into the sides, and it's so uncomfortable. When Mozzie was a baby and I had him on that, I was so aware of it.
Okay, so I'm going to say this, because I know you have your hate for Frozen ride. If you ever get on the Grand Fiesta Tour or you ever get on Pirates of the Caribbean, I don't want to hear about this banging stuff.
It doesn't feel like that on there. Yeah, but I'm telling you, it's something about in Frozen that it's just like, it's rough and it doesn't go with the ride. It kind of ruins the vibe of the route. I don't know. Maybe I was so aware of it because I had a baby at the time. Yeah. No, because I had a baby at the time. But I do also hate when those boats bang into each other. And that happens on Splash Mountain / Tiana, too.
You heard it first. Gina's against the banging. Okay. Shout out inappropriate jokes. Okay, so let's look at, I guess from an Animal Kingdom standpoint, like what is it just like, nope, at Animal Kingdom? Like, I'll tell you what I will never ride again. Dinosaur. Because it's gone.
But on that note, I will say I was very excited that when I went to ride Dinosaur in January and I rode it 2 times in a row and it did not bother my neck. So that's one that you would think.
Oh, you finally got used to it. Good. It's gone. Maybe
Indiana Jones is going to have the same concept. But in Animal Kingdom for me, it is definitely no rides are going to be Everest because I didn't realize how uncomfortable that was for my neck until I rode it in November and was like, never again. That was miserable.
Great single rider though, but shout out to Everest.
Yeah.
One of the best single rider rides because when you get up there, it's quick.
Yeah.
Like you can hit that with a line and get on that ride. Like
when we were just there in January, it was crazy. We were there like the right time. So we were there only a couple weeks before Dinosaur shut down. The day that we were at Animal Kingdom, Everest, 5-minute wait, Dinosaur, 5-minute wait all day. I couldn't believe it that close. I go, are you kidding me? And then, I was like, yeah. But, for me, Everest is just too uncomfortable for my neck. I literally had to hold on to my neck the whole ride. I was very uncomfortable.
How'd you have
that
to
is
do
a
it?
no.
Was it like this?
Don't make me.
Don't make you what? You just stop the podcast, come over and beat me up.
Well,
She's threatening me, everybody. I've got this on film.
She did everyone. Lady of the Great.
She did everyone.
I feel threatened.
Yeah. So.
Also, a no ride for me there.
Well, okay. Like rides that are no longer there too, like stuff I won't ride. Primeval Whirl was another one. Because you've got a lot of nerve.
You love that ride so much. I'm probably the only person that misses it.
You don't get
it was like a teacup roller coaster.
Okay.
I know I don't like the teacups.
I'm throwing the flag on the play because you just said, I hate Frozen because it bangs into this wall. Every damn corner of that ride.
But it makes a cute cha-ching sound.
I want to feel like a pinball. That's the stupidest thing. Oh my God.
I loved it. The best part was when your car would turn, and because what roller coaster do you know you get to go down the hill sideways?
She just stepped on all her points. This bangs into this, and I hate scary stuff. I'm scared I'm going to die on that because it feels like a bolt's going to come
I need not
loose.
be consistent in my philosophies, Josh. I need not.
So you're just you're at peace
I
with
love
your
that
hypocrisy.
ride.
Okay.
But to be fair, I haven't ridden that ride in a very long time because it's been gone for a while. But I loved that ride. I thought it was so fun.
I'd sooner play the Midway games or whatever outside than go through and do that.
I loved it. I loved it. But here's another ride I don't ride at Animal Kingdom, Cali River Rapids, because one, I don't like getting wet and walking around the park like that.
No one likes swamp foot in the park, so you got to become prepared.
It was underwhelming to me when I was on it. I remember thinking it got better right as it was ending. I was like, "Oh, now nope, it's over."
I would love to go next time we go. I would love to get on Cali River Rapids.
Take Mozzie because it's one of the 2 rides he hasn't been on yet.
I would love to get on it, but be prepared. Like have somebody with you, like one of the lockers, because there's lockers right around the way, right across the way from it.
Right.
Get that, put the stuff in there, bring a pair of like some like slides or something that like waterproof kind of deal, water shoes, whatever else, and get in there.
Yeah.
And then just have something that's simple. You can go and change and just be like, all right, I got a little wet bag or something, and put it in there. Because it's actually a fun ride. I don't think it's bad at all. It's just like I don't want to have swamp foot while I'm walking around. I'm like, I don't like do wet socks.
Mozzie only has 2 rides he hasn't ridden in all of
Full
Disney.
stop.
Only 2 rides he has not ridden yet are he hasn't ridden
Glad you have the list.
Cali River Rapids and the Teacups. Those are the only 2 rides he hasn't ridden, other than like water.
I'll be helping with one of those, and he can just keep on dreaming.
So my point is that when you want to ride Cali River Rapids with him, go right ahead. He almost did, but it was too cold. It was too cold last time.
She's like, my only chance now is that he gets abducted, and the person who takes him puts him on the teacups.
What's wrong with you?
Because nobody you know.
Braylon will take him on the teacups. Someone will take him on there. I'll take him on teacups. Like I told you, it's not that I can't ride that ride anymore. I just don't, because it's not like, oh my God, this is so fun to me. And as much as I love spinning rides, I don't know. It seems like a lot of work too, because you got to like crank that wheel and get it going. So
yeah,
not as big a fan of that.
No, that's the thing is we got the thing whipping around one time. Last time I was actually on that to do thing, and then we're just like sitting there like, and we've almost gone Spaceball into Plaid. I'm like, we can't stop. It's too dangerous. We gotta slow down first.
Yeah. And then there were people that mentioned rides that I had to block them from mentioning, which were people that said Carousel of Progress, Living with the Land, or People Mover. And I blocked those people.
I didn't see.
Because I don't need that kind of negativity in my
Gina has now sent people to their house to dismantle them.
Just kidding. But
Gina put them on the no-fly list. She's like,
I understand that there are people that do skip those. I understand there are people that are going to skip Tiki Birds, are going to skip Carousel of Progress.
Okay.
People Mover, Living with the Land. They think they're boring.
Orbiter.
That was on the list too.
No reason whatsoever, because most people don't even know it's
Mozzie
there.
just rode that for the first time. Brisa took him on there.
Oh, nice. I hope they get rid of it.
She's like, I don't think she enjoyed it. She was like, I forgot that ride's like.
It doesn't make sense.
I remember the last time I rode it, and I think it was the only time I've ever ridden it, feeling like when you come down from being up, that your butt, like the thing hits the bottom.
At least find a better way to get people up and down from there. I don't care if you have.
Yeah, that's a terrible system.
It's bad.
It's crazy to me that ride just got a whole like refurb. I'm like,
yeah, they took it out and put it back. I'm like, everybody's like, yes, and they're like, haha, suckers, gotcha.
Yeah,
First letter to Josh tomorrow.
That the rides that I love, my favorite rides,
People Mover?
Right? People Mover, Carousel of Progress, Tiki Birds, Living with It. I get that people find those boring, that they think there's no thrill to it. But to me, I feel like they're an every person ride. There's no limitations other than we learned that People Mover.
Does anybody get as happy as I do when you go on like People Mover? And then you get to the scene where like Walt Disney's Vision of the Future. And you're like this. I go, I just love that. Like I want to own that. Like I want to have that like the whole diorama and like be like, oh, okay, this is this.
Yeah.
Or like make it into a train garden or something. Like, I think that's ultimately should do something like that with old plans that Walt had or whatever. Just make like cool like train like displays or something. That'd be really cool.
I'll tell you another ride because Astro Orbiter put that on my list. I don't ride that. I don't ride Astro Orbiter. But I'll tell you another ride that people did not care for was Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. They say it's overstimulating. And I feel like those same people are probably the ones that don't like Ratatouille either because it's similar with the screens and moving around in a trackless vehicle.
I think it's up us now.
You know, I think that ride is cute. I don't think it was worth losing Great Movie Ride. And I don't think it belongs in Hollywood Studios. I think it'd be better.
I think they should have done it where the villains thing is or something. Like you can go over there and put something else in.
Nothing will be worth losing Great Movie.
We got a lot. Remember, here's the deal with Hollywood Studios. I mean, even with the Galaxy's Edge and all these other things they've done. Remember with the Batlot tour and all the things they had with Hollywood Studios, there was a lot of land back there. They could really open up something to do things. That's why I said there's something you see what they do during Jollywood. They had with the Tip Top Club, and I like what they did there because you opened up and they're like, okay, and the drinks were reasonable for what they were to keep the glasses. I have a bunch of them. But I feel like there's still things that can come. They could have put a building out for Mickey's Runaway Railway. I think it's also like the participatory element of Great Movie Ride. Maybe, just maybe over time, as people go, you're really relying on a human element to control that ride. So it's into the movies. It's somebody here, you got to jump off this. You got to be the actor that does this. You got to do this. And it's got to be a hard thing to fill and then train for, because you're like, if somebody gets sick, all of a sudden, like, let's say COVID goes in, the ride goes down because, the whole cast is sick and goes, sorry, this is closed, guys. Can't get in here. Can't do this stuff. But it's that human element, I think, that probably led to its demise. But I loved it. I loved it. I would love to. So much. I would love to own a piece of like different rides they're going. That's why, like, like you see like Recycling the Magic. Shout out to them. Like they go through and have all this stuff. I mean, if I could afford some of this stuff, I would definitely. And maybe in time you'll see something behind me or whatever that'll be some kind of cool little set piece or something. I would love to own.
Honestly, as crazy as this sounds, even Great Movie Ride, taking out the human element, I still would love that ride. Because, you think Living with the Land used to have an actual tour guide on there. They would like do the whole script and everything.
How often did you ever get did you always get the gangster? Or did you ever get the cowboy or like the, that kind of?
On occasion I would get the cowboy, but I got the gangster more often. It depends on, obviously if you're in the front half or the back half, but I feel like there could have been a way, if that was the problem, there could have been a way. Maybe it doesn't make you feel as much as you're in the movies, but even just touring through the animatronics was fun. I loved that. That was very like Spaceship Earth.
When you first go into the big room with the thing before like Turner Classic Movies took over the thing and was the old like voiceovers and all the things you'd see the movie thing, but you knew when you were kind of screwed on the wait when you came here, you hit that room like it was wide open. You're like, yeah, we're getting.
There's a video,
and the other one you're like,
there's a video. I think it was the videos that you turned into Legacy Box. That's all of us in line for that. And I'm annoyed at you at something. There was that whole trip. I feel like I was mad at you about something all the time.
Have from our youth.
That was, and it was just like. But I also get over
up pictures of me on our social media of pictures I haven't even seen from my youth. She's like, where does she get these?
Shout out, Mom. I said, do you have any school pictures?
She's like, Josh, why don't you come visit? Well, you know what?
I want to say on that note, though, check out the reel of Josh. No, but I told you, you will say all the time, our social media is Gina. It's Gina. It's Gina. I can say, I need more Josh content on there. When you were doing your Underworld videos, at least you were on there all the time. You don't want to get on there, then I need to get creative because otherwise it's just 12 videos. No, you don't want to get on there, so I need
to piss you off in order to get you to get on there. You know what? You either get on.
No, I'm just being creative with trends I've seen. I was like, I'll do this. I could have done it with pictures of myself, but I was like, there's enough of me on here.
No. That's I could have done it with awful pictures of myself.
I do it with mine.
God help you if I ever find your passport photo.
It's bad.
It's gonna be on a T-shirt. It's gonna be on buttons. It may be in the back of an attraction if I can grease the right palm somewhere. And be like,
it is bad.
You think it was cool trying to find the hidden Mickey and Donald and Raiders of the Lost Ark in Great Movie Ride? Behind the thing. Like, look for Gina's old passport photo in Mickey's Runaway Railway.
I want to go back to the show topic of when you said in the very beginning, Indiana Jones. That was a ride or attraction, the show, that I thought was so amazing. And how crazy is it? All the years it's been open, the ball finally escaped, and that poor cast member jumped in.
Shout out to the ball. It's gotten the bum end of the deal for the longest time.
But I'm just saying, I feel like that is my conspiracy theory mind is like, this was staged. Somebody pushed that ball and made a malfunction because they need a reason to close it, even though it's always popular. They want to put something else there to go up. Now it's safety. Just like the lie, I'll never believe the sinkhole story about.
Well, I think the fact is, I think you're right because I think they'll probably put another attraction over there because it's like again the live stuff. They're not probably not because it's Hollywood Studios, but I feel like they'll probably do something like that. But with the opening in Animal Kingdom of the Indiana Jones ride, I feel like that's probably when that will happen because they won't have it like both places and they'll just be like, okay, maybe this is time for this to go the way of the dodo and get rid of it. But I feel like there's other shows, live shows they can do.
I honestly feel like
things have gone out quickly, like lights, motor action kind of things, like where they had like the cars and everything. They're like, okay, here's a speedway thing, and so this all they had all this stuff they put a lot of effort into that didn't last long.
Yeah.
But there's other ones.
I love that show. That was so cool.
It's very.
I missed that element of like feeling
Well, I just
like
missed the backstage because the backstage around like where you go through like the tanks of water. We've done some of the things ourselves.
Both parts 1 and 2. I loved the backstage
the
tour.
walking tour, everything.
I loved it when it was really a working movie studio and it gave you that feeling. But I told you the reason it failed is because people have YouTube now and they can go see all that stuff. And it's like not as impressive to them to see how things are done. And it ruined it, where technology has ruined a lot of what made Disney so magical. It's great for the ways that Disney can utilize it, but the way that people have such access to technology nowadays, it makes it, kids nowadays are very hard to impress. They're very hard to impress.
Let's put on the list here. You said, I don't ride it. Any and all Circle Vision movies of any type.
But I'm saying a kid at 12 years old, a lot of them have a cell phone. And you know what these kids can do? They can call China right now and FaceTime somebody in China. It is hard to impress kids nowadays. It really is. And that's why you can't have your kids.
That's why you deny them anything fun.
But you know what I was going to say? I feel like Hollywood Studios might be the park that I skip the most rides at. Because I don't get on whatever's in the spot where Monster Sound Show was.
Well, obviously the alien saucers, nobody's going to get on.
No.
That's another one that's a throw up. You can put that in there with.
It's just, I told you, it felt old when it first opened. I was like, this already feels old.
But the only reason I don't get on Slinky all the time is because of the weight.
Right,
like the weight's low. I get on that because I think it's a fantastic.
It's fun. I like that ride a lot, but it is.
I love it. I love the aesthetic. I love the feeling of it. I love that
the
area
view,
over there.
The view.
I love the area over there.
It's fun at night. I like it at night a lot.
Your favorite restaurants over there, Roundup Barbecue, because Gina loves barbecue. Nobody gets down with the BBQ like Gina do. So, I mean, it's...
I'm not a barbecue gal. But here's my question. What is where Monster Sound Show used to be, and then it was the Drew Carey thing?
Oh, that's the thing with the
What's
stuff.
there now?
Mickey's Vacation, something
Okay, well, I don't do that. I don't do Indiana Jones when I go. I don't do the Frozen sing-along when I go. I still haven't even done the Villain Show, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't do Star Tours. I don't do Smuggler's Run. I don't do Ass.
I think it was way better as
way
better as the Nightmare Before Christmas thing, the Frozen sing-along deal. It's way better than that when they did it. I said, I'll just keep that as
So there's a lot there that I do skip. But I love the vibes of the park there, especially at Christmas time. I miss the old MGM vibes more. But I'm, Muppets being gone now. So the point being that it was very interesting to hear what people's takes were on what they don't ride. There were some shockers in there. There were some that I went, really? Why? Like, they're like, oh, I just don't like this. Like I said,
I don't ride Spaceship Earth.
Right. There are people that don't. They think it's boring.
Well, you know what you call those people? Idiots.
Right. But I feel like the main ones were pretty consistent. And what does that say? Now we got a new Disney CEO. Not saying you have to take down those rides, but I don't like when rides that are universally appealing get taken down and the rides that everyone's been calling for a removal of stay up. So anyway, it's just interesting to know.
Yeah.
We love Disney. We love it. We love it, love it, love it. We have our favorite things, but we do have some things even when we go.
Even the rides I don't ride, I still like being around.
Yeah.
Because I don't down anybody for being able to get on.
No, Space Mountain, I would be devastated if they close that.
I'm like, there's only a certain amount of times I could do Cosmic Rewind.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, go on it, guys. I'm like, I'm happy for you. I like walk through the queue line. But I know my limitations. And like, this is a fun ride for people who can take it. I've had a lot of head issues lately and like things with like, equilibrium and like vertigo stuff. So I'm like, it doesn't really speak to me on things, but I love the ride when I'm able to do it. I love it. Yeah. But it's like, I'm not like, oh, this should go because I can't get on it. No, there's only one ride in that category and it's Mission Space and it needs to die in a fire. But anyway, I feel like that's just, I think they do it out of spite. I told you, it's a George R.R. Martin thing. Oh, you guys hate Mission Space? Stays forever. Which one do you like? Gone tomorrow. Anyhow, so let's go to our shout out portion of the show. Shout out. Thanks for participating in that. Little flat. Okay.
Shout out.
Hey, everybody, it's a shout out.
Yes. I want to give a shout out to an account that we are friends with, and I'm very excited we'll get to meet in person. And that's Frank and Carolyn from Our Favorite Escapes. Frank has just been fantastic connecting with him. I have not met his wife or talked to his wife yet, but they will be at Festival of Friends with us, which I'm very excited about. And just such a nice guy. He's got a nice following that he's developed on there, and he's been so great about trying to help other people grow their following, tagging us in collabs to help us get a new audience. And that just means a lot to us.
It's just a real person. It's like genuine, caring,
very
just
caring,
back and forth, and
nice.
Really great member of like the Disney community. Like it's what everybody should
They're
be.
Our Favorite Escapes our underscore favorite underscore escapes. Josh will tag them in the caption, but I want to give a shout out to them because we are very happy to have been connected with them. We love to see people that love to see other people succeed. And that is awesome. We have a lot of good friends that way in the community we've been very blessed with that are always cheering us on. And we always say, it's in God's hands. If this is meant to be a thing and take off, great. We would love it. We love doing this. But otherwise, the blessing that has come forward and all the friends that we have made has been phenomenal. Yeah. Then this week, I want to do a small shop shout out that we're adding in now. Today, I'm going to move the mic so you can see it a little bit, but you'll see it in the thumbnail, the picture. I am wearing a crew neck.
You just got to move your cup. It's been in your way the whole time. That
has not been there the whole time.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. The microphone still blocks it.
I know. But you can still see it a little more now.
Not really. My hair too. But anyway,
I can see it.
I am wearing a crew neck from 1953 Designs. We are a brand ambassador for them. We have a code BBT Magic 15 that you can use and get 15% off. Also, my hat is from Moms with Magic Crowns. We're not a rep for them, but I love this. It's really cute. It's got the little Disney snowflake on the front. Great for the cold weather right now. But it's great to support small shops, guys. We said this in the last episode, but just want to remind you guys, please, shop small whenever
and
you can.
will also add something.
This is Chippendale for those who are listening. I love
just
it.
So you know, everybody watches this podcast week after week, and a lovely small shop I deal with, you may have heard of, it's called Amazon.com. And it's my black hat.
Right.
I got
but this
Amazon.
Crew neck is Chippendale, which I get so excited to find anything Chippendale, and I love it.
Size,
little
medium
winter attire. So check it out in the thumbnail of the video, but I'll also post something on my social about it. But I love a good crew neck in the winter time.
And also a shout out to my buddy Dario, who I'm wearing a 50th.
Happy 50th birthday, Dario. I almost put my pin on
50.
during the show too.
Yeah, so I'm like, I
saw it on my desk.
I keep changing. I told you I'm going to keep putting little Easter eggs in all these different
loves his
things.
little Easter eggs in the videos.
You can see all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, if I move my microphone, maybe you see a little button back here for a certain pair of people we absolutely adore, which is Disney Trip Report. So, anywho, it looks like Dopey's like sitting there talking.
He does when he's on the microphone. Speaking of sharing things, I'm going to share with you guys where you can find us.
No, you're not.
Okay. No, I'm not. Josh doesn't have the button ready.
No, you're not. Because I'm going to say, make sure you go to themeparkchuckle.com and you can get this fancy dancy little shirt called All About Whips and Chains with a hitchhiking ghost of your own with a Dole Whip. Available on Theme Park Chuckle. And I am actually wearing that same shirt. And I will tell you right now, print quality is really good.
It is actually really good.
It's been washed a bunch of times and it's really holds up. I was shocked.
Yeah, they've improved over the years.
That sounds like the rest of our shirts are garbage. This one.
No, they really have improved over the years.
Oh, they did. Remember back in the old Vista print days or something like that where things were like basically an iron one.
Right.
But yeah, I digress. So Gina, since now I will grant you permission, tell them where they can find us.
Well, if you are currently watching...
I'm sorry, we're out of time for the week. Just kidding.
If you are currently watching this podcast on YouTube, thank you so much. If you enjoyed it, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you know anytime we're throwing something up on this channel. We'd love you to be there, watch, engage. Leave us comments if you enjoyed it and want to say something, maybe suggestions for future episodes. If you are listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, thank you also, and give us a follow. We also love your comments on there. We also love reviews, guys, because that really does help a small podcast grow.
We
so
like
thank
good
you for
reviews.
those doing, good ones.
Actually, I laugh at everything, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. In the meantime, between podcast episodes, you can find us on social media at BBT Magic Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. We have a website, bringbackthemagicpodcast.com or BBTM.
Oh, we have a jingle too.
It's the song I wrote the other day about throwing people's Christmas cards away. I'll save it for after the show, but now Mozzie can't get it out of his head. Unless you want me to sing it now.
Worst thing that ever happened.
No, I'm like, I can't keep everything.
Let's congratulate Gina for her new song and confetti. All right. There's always time for
Let's hear my song. It's catchy.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's great. You know what? I think again with this episode going in and delving into different topics like things we don't ride versus things we do ride, and it's fun. It's entertaining. I think it's a good back and forth with us too, just because of the fact that we do have actually different opinions on a lot of things.
Yeah. So, and again, this is a Disney love letter podcast, meaning that it's, I mean,
Gina
I guess in those love letters, you don't tell people you hate about them.
I can't stand the glimmering greenhouses. Gina likes them. Just kidding. Just kidding. Neither of us have seen them. Just kidding.
This year's the year. This year's. I'm that
I've seen it.
friend that throws away your Christmas cards. I'm
I've seen it
that
multiple
friend
times. I
that
don't know what
doesn't
you're
keep
talking
your
about.
Christmas
I'm
cards.
bored. I see this all the
I'm
time.
that friend that really loves your Christmas cards, but they're going in the trash. It's a catchy jingle.
Oh, God. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us.
Thank you,
Please
thank
watch
you.
your head and step as you exit the podcast, and we'll see you next time.
Bring back the magic for all to see. Together we'll discover all the joy and glow. In every story, there's a little bit of gold. Join our podcast adventure, let the magic unfold.